Howdy there. This is sort of a video response to Hokie Homebrew. Sitting here looking over my what edition is this anyway? Northern Brewer. This is the latest one I got. Northern Brewer's got a lot of good stuff in it. Never know, if I give them a plug, Northern Brewer, you guys rock. Maybe they'll send me some free stuff. That'd be kind of cool, wouldn't it? Like maybe that mill would be really cool. That mill would be really awesome. I'd really like that mill, by the way. That mill would be good. Have I said that I kind of would like to have that mill? It'd be really cool. There's something else in here that I think is, oh yeah, the refactor meter, the thing where you look through to be able to get your OG and all that stuff. Be really cool. Northern Brewer, you guys are awesome. You would even be even more awesome if you gave me a gift certificate. Yeah, right, that'll happen. There's something else in here that, oh yeah, I need burner thing for my banjo burner. There it is, refactor meter. That thing. I'd really like to have one of those. And scales and more kegs and holy God, just all kinds of good stuff in this magazine. Freaking fantastic. Anyways, the purposes of this video, Mr. Hokie Homebrew. You're asking about my forced carbonating. Generally what I do, what I've done in the past anyways, was I usually, like if I've got 3 beers on tap, I usually used to wait until one of the taps came free, and then that's usually when I would keg. Clean out my keg. What I would do is first I always use cleaner and then sanitizer, no matter what. There's nothing worse than destroying a beer, you know, because you got you got something in it. I mean, that's you put too much hard work into it to have to dump one. It just sucks. So what I do is I grab my keg, dump it out, of course, use regular water, whoosh it out to get the heavy of the yeast out of the bottom of it. Dump it out. Then I'll pour some cleaner in it, usually a gallon, maybe not quite a full gallon, but somewhere around there of cleaner in it. Take my brush, try and brush it out on the inside. Then I hook up my CO2 line to it, because now what I'm going to do is I want to clean the lines. So I'll hook my CO2 line up to it, and I can run it out through my tap. So I'm killing 2 birds with 1 stone. I'm not only cleaning the inside of the keg and the inside lines of the keg and the hoses, but I'm also cleaning the hose coming out and going to my tap and cleaning the tap out as well. So usually the regular pressure, whatever your serving pressure is on your tank, I generally run, what seems to work for me is anywhere between 7 and 10 pounds, depending on the beer. Most of the time it's really right around 7. That's usually where I'm at. So I'll push all my cleaner out of the keg. It's pressurized with CO2, of course. Then I'll get all that out. I usually use up all the CO2 I'll push it out until it's empty. And then I'll put cleaner or sanitizer in it and do the same thing. Run sanitizer through until it's all out. So now the inside of my keg is clean and sanitized. Very important. So then what I do is I'll put my beer in, of course, close it up, whether it's a half a keg or whether it's a full keg, either way works well. And I will take my CO2, hook it up. Of course, I don't hook the other side up, just the CO2 side, and I'll jack my pressure up. Now I run 3 kegs in my fridge. So what I end up doing is I shut the other 2 kegs off. And now I'll take you over here and show you what I'm talking about. So there's my kegs. I'm going to, bear with me here, I'm going to flip this over so I can actually see what I'm doing. Okay. So there's the 3 kegs, or the 3 taps. So we'll go in here and show you the inside. So first off, there's the three kegs. You'll see in the very back here, I actually have a 20-pound bottle, CO2 bottle. It's laying across and bungee strapped in there. Can't believe I got it in there to fit, but it fits, and it's actually almost empty. I have one line coming from that into this manifold. This manifold breaks it off into 3. Let's see if I can come over here. Oop, where are you at? There it is, right here. I have 3 lines here. So what I can do is what I normally do is I'll shut, see if I'm using this one, I'll shut these 2 off. And then I'll leave this one on, and I'll jack my pressure up to 30 psi. Take that one line, hook it onto my keg, and let me put these back down and close this up. Hook that onto my keg. I'm going to flip you back over again. Bear with me, sorry about that. There we go. Whoa. There we go. I'll jack it up to 30 psi. So I have the one line in there, and I have the door about half hanging open. I'll lay a towel down on the ground, and then I'll just roll that keg around a little bit, slosh it up. You can hear the CO2 going into the bottle. You know, it'll bubble and all that crap. You know, and I did do that for about 2 or 3 minutes, really. And usually what I end up doing then is, if I have an empty keg, you know, I'll just stand it up and I'll set it back in the fridge and let it set overnight that way till the next day at 30 psi. The other kegs are still charged. They're still sitting. If I don't pull anything off of them, those kegs will stay fine, you know, with the 7 or 8 pounds or whatever pressure in them till the next day. You know, they're all sealed. They won't lose anything. As long as I don't pull anything off of them, that pressure will stay in there. So I can have the one going at 30 psi for a full day. The other 2 will be just sitting there. So then when I come in the next day, is I'll start to jack my pressure back down, and I'll kind of know where to run my screw in and out to. So I'll run it out to about where I think it's supposed to be, you know, back down around 7 pound. And then I'll turn my other 2 valves on. Now, the way I know that I hold the pressure is once you turn those other 2 valves on, you might get a little bit, you know, of CO2 go into those bottles to repressurize them back to where you want. You know, most of the time it doesn't move at all. So that means you held your pressure, your kegs are good. So what I'll do then is I'll bleed off the keg that I just charged that has a 30 psi. I'll open the top and I'll bleed, you know, I won't open the top, but I'll do the bleed off valve. I'll bleed that off until that CO2's out of it, the pressure's off of it, and then I'll adjust it until I'm at my serving temperature to be at 7 psi. So in a nutshell, that's how I do it. I did change it up a little bit here just recently. I got another CO2 bottle, set of gauges, and some lines. And what I can do now is not mess with the inside of the keg. I can do it, or the inside of the fridge. I can do it all externally now. And I'll show you that. As a matter of fact, I'm going to have to bear with me. I'm sorry, folks. I'm trying to keep this under. There we go. And I'm going to flip this around again. So, there we go. So there, you can see I have a keg that's actually charging on a separate line and everything. And what I actually ended up doing was I had another line. I couldn't wait. I had to try this thing today. So a buddy of mine was just over and we tried it, and it turned out really nice. So now I can actually just charge a keg in this room here, which is my lagering room. That lagering room stays at between 45 and 50 degrees. And we're going to be moving and flip. So that's how I do it. So I hope that helps you out. Nothing like sharing information. That's what YouTube's all about. There you go. Hope it helped. Take care and enjoy.